I'm drinking water, not beer today. Look at that.
Am I
A new leaf.
no beer today? There's beer today, and it's an old reliable. It's an Axeman Brewery Mean Duck.
What a transition you just did there. That was beautiful. It's like looked like we planned that. You're a legend. That's crazy.
I just had the beer off camera.
That was really good.
Makes everything go around.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness the world's #1 wrestling podcast. Let me pod to you. Yeah!
Welcome to Let Me Pod to You. I'm Jacob. You can block me on Twitter at We Hate Jacob. I'm here with my co-host Demetri. You can find him on Twitter at Demetri Talks. Demetri, how's the wrestling this week?
It was all right. We're just kind of in that same thing as last week, kind of in that build up to Summerslam. Just kind of all right, Some things happening here and there. How do you feel about it?
About the same. AEW Collision was really good. One thing, programming note, we are recording a day early, so it's actually before Dynamite 200, which for me and Demetri is tonight at 8, so there will not be any Dynamite 200 on this week, but we'll probably talk about it a little bit next week, because I think every match, has some stakes to it, so it should be a pretty good Dynamite tonight, but this is going to be
steaks. Steaks are good.
What's your favorite kind of steak?
Shoot. I mean, I like me a ribeye. Ribeye's pretty good.
I'm a filet mignon kind of guy.
Oh yeah, filet mignon.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
Whenever I cook steaks at home, it's a filet.
I don't know if I've had a filet mignon before. Filet mignon, but I really like a ribeye.
Fair enough. I'm completely gone
welcome.
now. Oh, this is our SummerSlam preview podcast nominally. I'm going to talk a little bit about Collision a little later on, because this past weekend's show was really good. And what they're doing this upcoming weekend is kind of dumb, in my opinion. But hey, what are you going to do? Demetri, you didn't fill it in, but you said we already know. Top of the mid.
Top of the mid, didn't fill it in, don't have to fill it in. You already know. It's the folks over there at the Alpha Academy. Always. This week,
thank you.
This week, Chad put on a show. Man, I'll talk about it later because I wanted to talk about him because the stock's rising on Chad right now. So we're just gonna keep it at that. Shout out to the Alpha Academy.
Yeah, I actually wanted to talk about Chad Gable too. So Perfect. And I saw you had that in there. So we will cover that in depth. My headline is a secret, and I'm going to share it with you right now. My headline is watching wrestling with friends is always better. And this weekend, Demetri is going to be in my living room, and we're going to be watching some SummerSlam. And I'm so excited. We're going to have a bunch of people over who all love wrestling, and that is the best way to enjoy wrestling, in my opinion.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm fucking psyched. It's been a minute since I have watched wrestling with people that actually like wrestling, because sometimes I have my friends here that come over and watch wrestling. They don't even really like it like that. They just kind of come over because it's something to do. Mm-hmm. And, it's cool, it's fun and all, but it's different when you got people that actually know what's going on, and it's going to be a good time. It's been a long time. Like I said, the last time I watched wrestling with friends, I think Iad and Toby were here in maybe a summer or two ago. It was when CM Punk returned to wrestling.
That would have been last year.
Yep. It was crazy. We didn't plan on it or anything. They just happened to be here, and we turned on AEW and watched that return. And that was a heck of a thing to watch with your friends. So loved that. Hoping that SummerSlam also has some good surprises in it and is very exciting. I'm excited for it.
I'm really excited for SummerSlam as well. And I wanted to keep that a secret in the rundown so I could get a genuine reaction out of you, see if you're actually excited to come here.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This year I've watched most of the WWE premium live events with people, which has made it really nice. And we're gonna have a good crowd, and some good drinks, some good beers of the weeks, and some good snacks. I'm really looking forward to it.
And shout out to Champ Sports Bar, man. I'm gonna have some of my fucking wings, my favorite wings of all time. If you don't know me, then you don't know this, but if you know me, then you know I love Champs. I'm very excited.
Demetri is going to be here for a week. I'm putting the over-under at Champ's Wings at 3.5 times.
Yeah, it's probably a pretty good number. I was thinking probably 3 times. I'm dead serious. I was thinking probably 3 times I'm there. Like 7 days? Probably at least 3 of the days I'm gonna have champs. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have to buy some champ sauce too.
Hey, it's a good idea. Take it home. Make your own champs wings.
Damn right.
What's your headline, Demetri?
So, I got a couple things that popped up this week. First of all, I watched Family Feud after you mentioned it. I thought I had recorded it on YouTube TV. Turns out I didn't. So then I panicked and I was like, how do I watch it? How do I watch it? How do I watch it? And I had to go through Google and nobody was giving me any good answers. And then I just randomly decided to check Hulu. There it was. So
yeah.
I got to watch it on Hulu and it was pretty fucking good. Great little crossover they got there. I think they should do stuff like this more often. That was really good.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
My brother was here yesterday, and I was like, we're gonna just put something on while we had dinner. And I was like, do you like Family Feud? I didn't tell him that it was gonna be wrestlers on Family Feud. And he was like, I don't care, just put on whatever. So I put on WWE Family Feud. It was great. I thought the teams were really good. The WWE women really had them in the first 2 rounds, and then them boys came back.
Sure
Seth
did.
Rollins was talking mad shit to Becky.
Absolutely.
They were carrying Kofi because he was like, I just had surgery. I can't walk too fast. the whole Biggie, Beyonce, what? Beyonce, what?
That was really
Steve
good.
Harvey.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey could be a manager in WWE for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Steve Harvey and Stephen A. Smith, I think, would do great as WWE managers.
I'd like to see Stephen A. if he comes less of a manager, but more of an on-screen authority figure,
like a GM. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
that'd
that
be
would
cool.
be. I think that would be the best use of his talents, because then he could get his fingers kind of in wherever he sees fit, as opposed to just being attached to a single wrestler. And if it's not working with that single wrestler, then he's kind of fucked. So
Yeah. True. Good point.
I think that would be good.
Yeah. Stephen A. Come on over, dog.
There's another kind of sub-headline was Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman on First Take this week.
Oh my God.
Bro, Paul Heyman, he's like, I'm the GOAT. I'm the best. And Stephen A's like, well, what about, blah, blah, blah. Fuck him. He's dead. Okay, damn.
Stephen A. was like, my lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Heyman is great in character, yo. I love him. He's so good at his job, man. In every which way.
Roman's always good on the talk shows too, because he'll kind of float in and out of character through it, so it's actually a very compelling watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with you on this Cody Rhodes documentary. I keep seeing the advertisements for it, and I want to watch it.
Yeah, I really want to watch it too. I'm pretty excited about it. And also, speaking of Cody Rhodes, they had a little I guess promo for his match. That was so good. Did you see it? It just had some epic music behind it, nice highlights and stuff, talking about how he's going to end it. Really made me want to watch the match. They did great on that. Shout out to the editing team.
I saw it and I was like, they think they're the bloodline here. This is no bloodline.
Frauds.
That's a little bit of Cody hater that's still just hanging on.
Yeah, a little bit.
In the back of my head.
Hey, that's nice to see that you've come around a little bit on the Cody side, just like me.
I definitely have, for sure.
Yeah. He's won us all over a little bit. Oh, me a lot. Jacob a little bit.
Yeah. I'm getting there. And
then, another thing I wanted to mention is, this is just a random thought I had, because I was sitting here thinking about how excited I am for SummerSlam. And then I was thinking about past SummerSlams and events, and I was like, damn, I really miss custom stages and sets. And it's something that's brought up a lot in the wrestling community about how nice it would be. I understand that logistically it makes a lot less sense to do that, because they can't just set up the same stage everywhere. But it's just it really makes the events feel special. It really makes Raw feel special. It makes SmackDown feel special, and especially the pay-per-views when you have the special pay-per-view set. I just think we've missed out on that quite a bit, and I would like to bring that little bit of personality back to wrestling. It would be great.
One thing that's kind of interesting about this thought, and I like that you put this in here, is for the bigger stadium shows that WWE has been doing lately, they have been doing a little bit more of the kind of smaller stage. So it's a smaller tunnel that the wrestler is coming out through. and I think I believe it was Triple H during one of the press conferences talking about that, saying, well, when we have these big shows and these big crowds and these great crowds, we want to make it more about the crowd than about us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's legit.
I still want a cool stage though, Triple H. What the fuck?
Do you think that SummerSlam will be a long ramp from like the end zone side of the stadium, or will it be a short ramp from the sideline?
You know what? This is just a complete random shot in the dark. Let's just say long ramp. I'm gonna guess long ramp. They're gonna have to run down that motherfucker.
Roman's entrance is gonna be 25 fucking minutes.
Yep.
Speaking of the first main event, the main event of, I think they're calling this one 3 main events, but the true main event, Bloodline Cinematic Universe, Tribal Combat, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, along with the Tribal Chiefhood, Roman Reigns, main event Jey Uso. Who do you got?
As much as I want Jey Uso to win, and as much as I think it'd be a cool swerve for him to shock the world and get a W here, I don't think it's going to happen, because I think that they want Roman. I would think that they would want Roman to hold on to this and for everything to reach its peak at WrestleMania. If Roman loses the belt here, loses the tribal chiefiness, whatever you want to call it, I don't know where they go from there, and I don't know how they reach some sort of climax from that point. Maybe it could be not about the belt anymore. I don't know, but I think logically it would be harder to reach some sort of climax after Jey beats him at SummerSlam. So I'm going to say Roman wins. How about yourself?
I think that it's also going to be Roman Reigns that retains, but I think this is going to be the end of Roman and Solo.
Ooh.
I think this is where Solo is going to fully abandon Roman Reigns. And I think that's probably going to be our build to WrestleMania.
Do you think Solo goes complete wild card, or do you think he sides with the Usos?
I think initially he goes complete wild card, and the Usos, then there'll be a storyline for a while that will be between Solo and the Usos squashing their beef as Roman deals with maybe some other stuff.
Yeah. Or he's just off TV.
I mean, I would not. He's been on TV a lot. Yeah. I would be surprised if he is back before Payback.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be surprising to me.
Man's got a nice schedule.
Hey, if they paid me to not do anything, I'd do it too.
Right. Absolutely.
But someone who's on TV every week, the first stock rising,
Chad motherfucking Gable. We talking about him again. What a match he had there. You watched that match?
Oh yeah.
That was a good ass match. I was really sad that I thought after the 5 minutes were up, I thought it was over. I thought he got the dub, and I thought we were walking off there, and I was really excited. I was like, damn, man, Chad just got a dub on TV randomly on Raw. Let's go. And then, reset, and he had to take the L, but doesn't matter. Either way, he put on a hell of a showing. There were every match, I feel like he just has a billion spots where you're like, damn, that was impressive. You can't keep your eyes off. I can't keep my eyes off Chad 100%. And that's a funny thing to say, a funny phrase to say. Can't keep my eyes off Chad, but I can't keep my eyes off Chad, man. Love that guy in and out the ring. What were you going to say about him?
He's just so impressive.
In every sense of the word, bro.
One of our first podcasts, I think we had the Alpha Academy and Chad Gable as a stocks rising. And we've been talking about Chad Gable deserves a run at a mid-card belt. And I think he really deserves it. And I think that he has honestly earned it with 100%. What he's done on TV this year. He's absolutely earned it.
He's been able to get himself over. He's been able to get people who work with him over, Otis and Maxine.
The Viking Raiders.
And the Viking Raiders. And I'm not going to say it's all because of Chad, but it definitely is a large factor because Chad is a great, peace. He can bring the best out of the people around him, whether it is somebody working with him or against him. And yeah, you're right. I was actually thinking about that too. I was thinking, how could he possibly work himself into the mid-card title picture? Because I would love to see. I know the U.S. title's over on SmackDown, but the U.S. title just screams like that it needs Chad Gable to have it. I would love Chad Gable to have the U.S. title. It would just be a beautiful thing. It would really give me Kurt Angle vibes. I always say that. And it would just be, I would love it. So, however they got to do it, whether it's Intercontinental or U.S. title, he's got to get to run here sometime, right? Like eventually, please.
I think eventually he might get a belt.
It's hard to win.
I would just like to see him be in that conversation as a competitor for it.
Yes.
The tag belts, with them being still conjoined, are not accessible for him and Otis to go after again.
Yeah.
The Intercontinental title, Drew's got the match at SummerSlam. We'll talk about that here in a moment. But maybe Gable at Payback? Maybe he'll work his way into that for Payback?
That would be lovely. I'd be happy about that.
But yeah, let's dive into the Intercontinental Championship. The Ring General Gunther.
There we go.
Has a match against Drew McIntyre. This will be Drew's third match, I think, since WrestleMania, because he took some time off due to a contract dispute, which they're now saying was not a contract dispute, but was definitely a contract dispute.
Right.
And I think it'll be a slobber knocker of a match.
For sure.
But I do not see Drew McIntyre leaving with the belt.
I love Drew, but yeah, the build hasn't really convinced me in any sense of the way that like Drew would win this match. Like the build just hasn't been there for me to believe that. You know, it just hasn't doesn't feel like it's been a focus. So if it's not been a focus, I don't see them having him drop the belt if it's like something they've just kind of hovered around a little bit.
And besides, I mean, Drew McIntyre is going to team up with Riddle right after this to become a tag team force to be reckoned with. so
that was an evil little laugh you just gave me there.
to be clear, you're picking Daring General.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, hell yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put on our rundown card for SummerSlam.
What's that, Bob?
The match that should be on SmackDown: Logan Paul and Ricochet.
This is very random, okay? But do you remember a few episodes ago when I said absolutely? And I was like, where's that from? I don't remember where that's from. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, yeah.
All right. It popped in my head randomly today. It's from Tim Heidecker. That happens on his shows. That's like a show tag at the beginning. Random as fuck, I know, but
I don't know who that fella is.
Huh? What?
I don't know.
What?
I'm not familiar with his game.
What? That's crazy. For real?
For real.
All right, I'm gonna have to learn
Christ.
you. Not right now. I'll learn you later. Okay, he's a funny Adult Swim guy, basically.
Oh, this might not be for me.
Might not. It's really dumb humor.
This probably won't be for me. We'll give it a shot. Well, were you going to talk about Logan Paul and Ricochet at all in your SummerSlam stock rising?
No.
All right, let's talk about it now. Who cares? That's where I fall on this.
Yep.
Do not give a shit. They kind of made it like for the love of Samantha Irvin. I did not like Logan Paul talking to Samantha like that. And I also did not like the Ring General snatching the mic from Samantha like that. And then also, she almost got bumped in the Timekeepers area because a spot ended up there in the main event on Raw. She was having a bad night.
Rough one.
People coming after her man, people taking her mic, people being in her space. Samantha Irvin deserves better.
Absolutely.
Anyway, sorry, this isn't even about the match. I just don't give a shit. This is going to be like the third match on the card in like a bad slot, or it will be between one of the main events as like a come down match. It's going to be a spot fest, and I don't care. but this will be Logan Paul's first win in the WWE.
Yeah, that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a match where you don't really care much going into it, and then you're going to watch the match, and then there's going to be a few spots where you're like, holy fuck!
Wow, that's a viral moment!
Whoa! Maybe we'll get something that'll shock us, because every now and then Logan Paul can give me a good moment. You know, that's what he's good for. You know, a couple moments here and there. He admitted himself he doesn't really know what he's doing, but you know, he's good for those moments. So I'm gonna take it for what it is. I'm not super excited for it, but I'm sure there'll be a few moments in the match where it's something cool happens, and I'll remember it for that, I guess.
You picking the Maverick?
See, no, this is a tough question. I am not sure if Logan is going to get it. I'm going to go Ricochet on this.
You're going to go with the Flying Irishman, Ricochet?
Yeah, I'm going with him. He's had a little, feels like he's got a little momentum here, and they haven't really pushed him very often on the main roster, so it would be nice to see him go over for once. I'm not a big Ricochet fan, to be honest.
He cannot cut a promo.
No, and that's what kills it for me, but I think they'll give him a win.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I just don't care about that one.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do care about is they found a way to jam our boy L.A. Knight onto the card with this SummerSlam Slim Jim Battle Royal. And the only two people who I think have been announced, because I looked down multiple websites today, are L.A. Knight and Sheamus. Shinsuke Nakamura, maybe? Question mark. Tommaso Ciampa, maybe? Question mark. Alpha Academy, both of those lads? Question mark. Imperium boys? Question mark. They haven't announced who any of the people are, and I think it's going to be like 4 people get entrances, and it's going to be like LA Knight, Sheamus, Shinsuke, and maybe Chad Gable get like an entrance, and that's it. And then those are going to be the last 4 that end up in the Battle Royal. And there are currently no stakes on this Battle Royal. You get nothing for winning it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I saw it and I was like, what is the hook here? What are we fighting for?
LA Knight on the card. That's what it is.
We're just fighting for the love of the game.
It's genuinely just so that LA Knight is on the card. But I'm happy about that. The pop will be bananas when he's the last person to come out for that. And his music hits. So yeah, sure. Stock Rising Slim Jim.
Sure. Yeah, Stock Rising Slim Jim. And to lead into that, I got Stock Rising SummerSlam, which is very funny that you started off the show with the secret headline, which was you're excited because we're going to watch with friends and it's going to be nice to watch with friends. Literally, all right, I wrote SummerSlam.
The power of friendship.
And then I wrote reasons on the rundown here. And the reason I wrote reasons was because
on the what down, Demetri.
I was hoping you didn't catch that. The reason I wrote reasons is because I was going to say, because I'm watching with friends. And it's the first time I've done that in a minute. So that's just really exciting for me. Also, SummerSlam's always a fucking banger. So that's dope that I get to watch that with friends. So yeah, the podcast boys are very excited for SummerSlam. If you couldn't tell, there's a few things that are a little negative about SummerSlam. We'll talk about them later. The things you talk about, I was also going to talk about, but I also, got that one I added there. I was just wanted to talk about that because there's a guy there involved with that who's not doing too hot. But anyways, let's move on.
And let's wrap up the Stocks Rising section with AEW Collision. And this is going to be a stock up 1 point and also down 1 point. This past weekend's Collision was very good. Rock Hard, Juice Robinson, and the Ass Boys had a trios match against a team of racially ambiguous fellas. One of the Martins, Action Andretti, and someone else who does flips. Oh, El Hijo de Vikingo. So it was a very good match. It was fun. Lots of cool spots in that one. Vikingo is great. I would like to see him be made officially all elite. He could definitely go for a TNT title or I was going to call it Intercontinental, the International belt. Something like that. Like Vikingo could definitely have one of those. He's currently the AAA mega champion. Has been for a while. Defeated Kenny Omega for it? ? And also defended it against him a few times. So this guy can go. Good match. The main event though. Whew, my lord. FTR and Better Than You, baby. Adam Cole and MJF. MJF pushed Adam Cole out of the way so he didn't take the shatter machine at the end. He took, excuse me, that beer went straight to me. He took the shatter machine. He ate that whole thing, got pinned. The first time MJF has been pinned since he became champion.
Damn.
Yeah. And at the end of it, he's upset that he lost. Him and Adam Cole are not tag team champions. But they started teasing this turn. Adam Cole walked away and literally put his hands up and went, "Just do it. Just do it if you're going to do it." MJF's holding the belt up like, I'm gonna sock him one in the back of the head. But he didn't do it. The power of friendship prevailed. And they are sticking together. Big swerve from AEW. The other big headline out of Collision this week, CM Punk pulled out his AEW world title that he still has from when he got suspended after an alleged brawl. But he's running back. He's running it back. He's playing the hits. He is better than us because he is straight edge. The X is his symbol, and he spray painted that X over the belt. And he said he's the real world champ.
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. Look at CM Punk being another motherfucking draw. Making me, he's always the one that makes me want to tune into AEW. He's still a draw.
And that leads us into the stock falling section of AEW Collision. They are doing some counter programming to SummerSlam. Makes sense. They have to. They have to do something. They're on the same night.
Yeah.
They have CM Punk versus Ricky Starks in CM Punk's first title defense since he's been back in the main event on Collision. They also will have Mercedes Martinez versus Chris Statlander for the TBS title. Mercedes is a baller. That's going to be like that's essentially like a women's wrestling version of Drew McIntyre and Sheamus just kicking the shit out of each other. Like, these are two powerhouse ladies that are going to throw some shit down during that match. And there's also going to be another defense of the AEW tag team titles, FTR versus Brian Cage and Big Bill.
Big Bill.
So, used to be William H. Morrissey, I think, in WWE. Do you know who he is?
William H. Morrison?
No, that's not right. God, what's his name?
He's gonna Google it.
If you Google him, W. Morrissey is what he went by.
Oh, no, I don't know him. When did he wrestle?
He did some NXT, I think, with WWE, and then he was in Impact for a while. And then they did, like, leading up to Forbidden Door last year, he started making some appearances on AEW, and then he is officially All Elite as of last year, and now he goes under the ring name Big Bill because he is 6'10".
Oh, yeah, he's a big boy. That's a big boy.
His ring names: Big Bill Morrissey, Big Bill Young, Big C, Big Cass with $signs, Big Cass with S's.
Big Cass?
Big Cass.
I know who Big Cass is.
Okay, that's who he is.
Okay, got you.
Big Kaz with Z's, Kaz XL, Colin Cassidy, Eric the Red Wood, W. Morrissey, and William Morrissey.
Gotcha. Okay, now this makes more sense. I know who Big Cass is. Amazing. I didn't know him as any of the other names. Who was he? He was a tag team partner with some fella back in the day. But anyways, not important.
Enzo Amore.
Yes. Oh, dude, that motherfucker can talk on the mic, man. There's some great segments with him on the old YouTubes.
He also is engaged to Lexi Nair. Good for him.
Good for him. Good job.
Okay, that was a tangent. Anyway, so they're putting 3 titles on Collision to counter program SummerSlam. I'm gonna watch it on Sunday because I'm gonna be watching SummerSlam. It's
Damn right.
SummerSlam. I'm not watching it. Like, I don't know what y'all are about with that, but
Let me get
anyway,
a surprise return for SummerSlam, please.
who do you think would surprise return?
I mean, we got the usual. Every pay per view, it feels like we're like, is Randy gonna come back?
There was a rumor about Randy this morning.
Oh, really?
He is cleared for a return to action, and he has been lifting aggressively, is what the rumor said. I think this was from Fightful. I believe it was. I don't remember exactly, but he has been lifting. He is bigger than he's ever been, is what the rumor said.
He's been out for a minute, so that would make sense.
But he has not been doing any ring work. So he may return, but it may be a slow ramp into competition.
Yeah, I would like to see Randy return as a motherfucking psychopath like he used to be. I love that Randy Orton, the one that just like does ridiculous shit. And just
he left and refound himself.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be good.
The Viper. Ooh. One of the like minor pay-per-views towards the end of the year, Randy versus Riddle. Like, he comes back. Riddle wants to be like, "Hey Randy, can we be friends again? We were such a good tag team. Remember how we were RK Bro, Randy?" And he just like RKOs him backstage. And is like, "I'm not your buddy anymore." And just walks off.
I love that Randy, bro. He was a menace at one point in time. Bald-headed Randy, you know if you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know.
Let's dive into the rest of the SummerSlam card.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about what was off of it as our stock's falling. Does that sound good?
Do it, Bob. Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, we've done the Undisputed title. All right. One of the other main events, the Women's World Championship. Asuka, holder of the belt. Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair in a triple threat match with the lurking Io Sky threatening to cash in. I think you have convinced me, and Asuka will retain.
Hell yeah. Damn right. You want to know why? You want to know why she's going to retain?
Tell me why.
Because nobody is ready for Asuka. I love saying that. When I was at SmackDown, I kept saying that. When she came out, I was like, nobody's ready for Asuka. It's facts,
no,
man.
I was not ready for you to say that.
Nobody's ready, bro.
I think we need to stop doing the Charlotte returns and gets a belt.
Yes.
Like, let's
stop it.
Let's have her work for it for
knock
once,
it off.
Who knows?
That shit's annoying.
And then I think this will line us up for the Bianca Belair heel turn with the Street Profits, with Big Bob Lash, and I would like to see it. And I think the only way we do that is if Asuka wins by some devious methods. And like you have also said, you think they're going to build us to an Asuka and Io Sky match at a pay-per-view.
That's what the people want, you know, and I am the people, so I know what we want.
Fair enough. Yeah. So you have Asuka as well?
Yes, sir. You damn right. I got Asuka. Okay. Nobody's ready for Asuka. That's all it needs to be said.
I think that's going to be a really good match. When they do these things, they do it up, don't they?
When they do these things that they do, when they do the things and things are done and tasks are completed that they perform.
Indeed. The World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor. I don't want Finn Balor to win.
I think he's gonna win. That's who I got. I think.
But will Damian Priest cash in?
I don't know, man. Yes, I'm gonna say yes. No. I'm going back on it. No, he's not gonna do it then. He's gonna do it later. Finn's gonna win, and Priest is gonna cash in at a later date.
On Balor.
Yes.
So you're saying Balor wins, no cash in tonight.
Correct.
I think Seth Rollins wins and Priest cashes in.
Ooh, if Seth Rollins wins, here's my Here's my secondary take. If Seth Rollins wins, I think it's going to go how all of these fucking cash-ins seem to be going, which is kind of annoying because it keeps happening over and over and over again. Seth Rollins wins. He'll try to cash in. Something foogly-moogly will happen, and he'll fail to cash in again. And somebody's going to end up pissed off at one another because something went wrong and he couldn't cash in. But I don't think, either way, I don't think there's a successful cash in on SummerSlam.
I think there is. So we will differ. I was just thinking, wow, this is a boring podcast. We're just agreeing on everything. Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
No gimmick on this match, I don't think. I think it's just a regular old match.
Yeah, just a regular old match where Brock Lesnar is going to take Cody to Suplex City, bitch. He's going to take him to Suplex City all around the ring. Cody's going to be really dramatic. I'm going to stand up for this. He's going to be like, oh my God. Oh, my midsection. He's going to be looking like he's dying out there. He's going to wince in pain. He's going to look at the crowd.
My midsection.
He's going to look at the crowd. He's going to look like he's going to cry. He's like, and then he's going to hit him with the motherfucking cool ass little thing where he like kicks him. He like goes down on his back, does a little 2-eye poke. You know, that little movie.
I hate that. That's
so a throwback. Much. It's a throwback.
This is why I can't get over on Cody Rhodes. I hate all of his moves. I hate them all. I hate his little kick and eye poke. I hate the Cody Cutter. I hate the Crossroads. I hate them all. I don't like it.
Yeah, long story short, Brock Lesnar is going to whoop this man's ass senseless. And he's going to be looking like he's just went through war. And in Cody fashion, he's going to be overly dramatic and he's going to get the W. That's how I see it happening. What you got, brother?
I think Cody wins.
Yeah, buddy.
I think it's probably going to be just about that, but Cody's going to get the dub.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. The guy.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then the last thing on the card, MMA rules. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. I'm surprised with the merger, they're not calling it UFC rules for brand recognition.
Recognition.
Yeah. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, like we've said, when it first happened and Shayna came out and cut that scathing little promo against Ronda, I was really excited, but since it's just been kind of lackluster and I really don't care that much. And we're going to talk about it, but I don't understand how this made it on the card over other things. That is mind-boggling to me.
I will tell you how it made it on the card.
Ronda Rousey. Yeah, I mean that's how. But Jesus.
I still don't get it. I've never gotten it. She's awful. Like, she's so bad at this.
Yeah, she stinks, dude.
And she's so bad at this that for her like send-off match, they're going to give her MMA rules so that she doesn't have to like sell and she doesn't have to wrestle. She can just fight. Like, come on, seriously? Like,
seriously?
Whatever. Shayna's going to win. Ronda's going to be severely injured. That's how they're going to write her off TV, and then she'll be gone until she decides to come back, if ever.
Yeah, she'll come back someday. They always do.
Who you got?
Yeah, I got Shayna.
Yeah.
I think this is, like you said, I think this is a way to send off Ronda, and she can go chill and do whatever she wants to do, which is fine with me. I don't hate Ronda by any means. I don't like her as a wrestler, but I don't hate her.
I do. Let the record show. I hate Ronda Rousey.
Damn, bro.
All right. Let's talk about what was not on the card.
All right.
I think the biggest omission is Becky and Trish.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree with that. That's crazy. Like, we got arguably one of the biggest superstars of right now in Becky Lynch, and then an absolute legend, one of the biggest superstars ever in Trish, and this rivalry that's been going on for quite some time, and you're not going to have it on the SummerSlam card? Huh?
Yeah, huh? I think is the best way that you can phrase that.
That's crazy.
You have a literal Hall of Famer and a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And they're not on the card.
Don't make
on
no
a
sense
feud
to
that's
me.
actually been built properly and works, and two people who can do this properly.
I forgot to mention, I really like this feud. Trish, I love Trish, one for nostalgia, two because I think she plays a good heel. She's really good at it. She's been good at getting under your skin and just like, what she's doing when she goes out there. Like, it's very evident she's playing a heel, but she like does it well, like to a T. I don't like hate her for like, being bad at her job like some of the other people are. She's good at what she does. That's why she's a Hall of Famer. So like, I've been invested in this, and very disappointing that it's not on the card. Maybe do you think that somehow we can sneak them in there somewhere? Like,
it's not happening. They've announced it for Raw in 2 weeks, I think.
I'm sick, bro. I'm sick.
My thing is, like, if you're not going to put it on SummerSlam and you're just going to put it on Raw in 2 weeks, why not just find a way to stretch this to Payback so it's on a pay-per-view? Yeah. That's going to be pretty scarce in terms of card. There's not going to be there's no Roman. Kevin Owens might not be healthy, so we might not have tag titles. Like,
the only thing you can think of
you need stuff for that card.
The only thing you can think of is maybe there's something bigger at play here that they are angling towards. That's what I would hope. Maybe like a bigger match or like somebody else being involved. Maybe Lita comes back for another one. I don't know. You just gotta hope that there's something down the pipeline that would make this make sense instead of just having the match and then we kind of fizzle out and nothing happens, because that's the worst case scenario.
I'm gonna be real, and I know this is gonna hurt for you to hear, and probably lots of people
you probably
listening.
Don't like watching Lita. What is that? What it is?
Yes.
Oh, I knew
and
that. Yeah.
it has nothing to do with the character.
Yeah, she's kind of slow in the ring.
It's to do with like she can't go.
Yeah, no, that's
like,
facts.
And that's fine. Like, she's done. She's not doing this every week. She doesn't need to be able to go. But that's the one thing that I have an issue with Lita, is that she just can't really go for me.
Yeah, it doesn't really make me mad. I think that's fair, because immediately when you said that, I knew exactly what you were gonna say. Because yeah, she's definitely quite a bit slower in the ring than Trish at this point. Trish can definitely still go, but
yeah, it was just like I've had this kind of thought since one of the Saudi shows where it was Becky and Lita, and the crowd wasn't super into it.
Yeah,
and Becky, you could hear her calling the spots to Lita during the match, like like talking her through chops, like over the ropes, like stuff like that. Like it was rough, and it was rough at WrestleMania, and I think they made the right decision to write her off TV. If they had Lita come back in a capacity of being just next to Becky to kind of counteract the Zoe Stark of it all,
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That's where it makes sense for me. Yeah, I don't think
I don't need Lita in the ring.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna bring Lita back in the ring unless it's another Saudi show, because they always do that for those shows. They just bring back old folks that draw a crowd.
If Lita's gonna go to Saudi, you cash that check, baby girl. You do your thing. I'm fine with that. Get your bag. The other women's match not on the card. Big yikes here is the WWE Women's Championship. I really thought they were going to announce they're going to have some confrontation on Raw between Rhea and Raquel, because it would make sense storyline wise. But looks like Rhea will be defending that belt on Payback instead.
Yeah, interesting choice here. Rhea is one of the most over women in the company. Every time she's out there, she's a heel, but the crowd's chanting "mommy." You gotta wonder, like, don't they want that on the SummerSlam card? Wouldn't you want that out there? I don't know, man.
You'd think,
like,
you'd want to find a way to sneak Rhea and Dom out there, just because that's your A story on Raw right now is Rhea and Dom of the Judgment Day. Like, you've got Finn Balor in one of the main events, and you've got Damian Priest teasing a cash in, but like,
Maybe. All right. So I always try to think of reasons why this decision might be made and why it may make sense from the WWE standpoint. Maybe they're really trying to focus in on some sort of on this Judgment Day shit with Priest and Finn, and maybe they didn't want to distract from that, and they just want one focal point for the Judgment Day for that big event to happen where there's like nothing else happening with the Judgment Day except this thing where we watch it and we're like, holy shit, if they're planning something like that. Maybe I could see that being a reason why they keep Rhea off the card. But to counteract that, it's just like, you could figure something the fuck out. That's where I'm at. I think you could figure something out.
100%. Absolutely. And they just haven't.
Yeah.
And what's your last stock falling, Demetri?
Oh, the U.S. title. That's being defended on SmackDown, right?
Wrong. Next week.
Next week. Okay. Well, next week on SmackDown then. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to ask that and start this out because, first of all, I missed the date, and you know why I missed the date? Because I don't care about the U.S. goddamn champion. Sad thing, I think that Austin Theory, when he has this match, I think he's going to retain.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's going to retain, and I can see a little bit of where this may go, so personal opinion here. I think it would be smart to have Austin Theory retain, even though I don't want him to have the belt anymore, because if we, like WWE fans, the majority of, I feel, don't want Theory to have the belt anymore. So we are further and further down this fucking road where we're like, yo, get this belt off this man, get the belt off this man, get the belt off this man. And that's what we want more than anything. What else do we want more than anything? We want LA Knight to win the belt more than anything. So
Yeah.
yeah. So if we get these two polar opposite extremes where we're building Theory to be the champion that nobody fucking wants, and then LA Knight to be the champion that everybody wants, that would make for a great atmosphere for a match. So if that's where they're going, I respect it. But if we're just going towards some sort of Austin Theory match with somebody else where he retains again, and for some reason he has this like otherworldly long run because they're trying to turn him into the next John Cena, I'm going to be sick. And I do not want that to happen.
If you want to turn him into the next John Cena, have him defend the fucking belt every week.
Facts.
Have a U.S. title open challenge.
Yep.
He won't. Yeah. It's not happening.
No.
I think you're right. I think they're going to feed him Santos Escobar so that he can keep it. After the match, LA Knight comes out and says, "Listen to me, or let me talk to you." Listen to me.
Listen here, pal.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Oh, Jesus.
No, let me talk to you. I won the Slim Jim Battle Royal, and I'm coming for your belt. Something like that. I don't know.
Something like that. LA Knight.
LA Knight.
Yep.
And then LA Knight will gain some momentum. He'll beat somebody on SmackDown right after. He cuts this promo saying, I'm coming for that belt. He will, LA Knight will carry this entire feud all the way to Payback. And at Payback, everybody will be saying, LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what the people want. And that's what the people should get.
Damn right. Give us it. Please.
Yeah, we're getting there. I think we're slowly getting to our LA Knight has a title. Shout out to Michael Cole though on SmackDown last week when they had Austin Theory in the skybox by himself eating some popcorn. Austin Theory with all his friends.
Yeah. He's always throwing shots. It's hilarious, man.
But we also had the Michael Cole fake laugh of approval for LA Knight too on SmackDown as well. So that's always a bonus.
Yeah.
All right. I think we covered SummerSlam. Did we cover SummerSlam?
I think we did, Bob.
Any parting thoughts?
Nah, man. I'm just really excited. Really fucking pumped.
All right, me too. SummerSlam this weekend on the cock. Or if you're going to watch Collision, watch Collision. I don't care. Do you? Thank you, everybody, for listening. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok and YouTube at Let Me Pod to You. Like, comment, subscribe. You can follow Demetri at Demetri Talks. You can find me at We Hate Jacob. That's hate with an 8. Please give us a review on your chosen podcast platform. I need to set a reminder so that I actually look and see if there's reviews on our chosen podcast platforms. Thank you for engaging with us on Twitter, on YouTube. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the likes. We're loving driving a conversation in the internet wrestling community. Have a great week, everybody. Enjoy SummerSlam.